Welcome back, Trickster here, and we are going down memory lane with Yama. And let's see where this takes us. Let's see. Our families were close. Misaki's father would always throw these get-togethers at their house over the weekends or during special occasions. I remember him being really overwhelming at first. He was a lot like Misaki, only bigger and louder. I rarely saw Misaki's mother. The times I did see her, she was pretty distant. Beside that, I really don't remember much about her. At first we were inseparable, Misaki and us. Then her father had lost his job, and we started seeing less of her. Eventually they just left, no warning whatsoever. Even our parents tried to get in contact. No luck. It had been as if the Kazehayas had disappeared off the face of the planet. That must have been a really hard blow. Ryu said it had been. Honestly, I don't remember much of what followed. It all passed in a haze. Essentially, I felt abandoned. I had this idea that everyone close to me would leave me. I didn't think I could ever even cry. I only felt empty inside. Maria said that it was really a terrible time. She said that I didn't eat, didn't sleep, didn't play any games with her. She said that I looked like a ghost. Heck, practically became one. I don't remember it. She said that one day. Whoa. What was that? Yama, what's wrong? Nope, sorry. That's it. Stop story over. Are you sure? You do realize that the entire point of therapy is to share your sob stories. It's not a burden, Yama. I'm glad to hear you out. I feel tired. I think I'll have to stop here. It's a friendly excuse, and a very effective one for therapists. Mr. Ryota immediately nods in understanding. Thanks for confiding in me. Just know that when you felt was completely valid. I'm sorry you had that trauma. It's fine. I got over it. I'd like to go now, if that's okay. If you're sure. Is there anything else I can do for you? I'm okay. Sure you don't want a lollipop? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but thanks. Have a good day, Yama. But at least take this prescription. Prescription? Seriously? When I actually look at it. One bucket of ice cream to be eaten guilt-free. Oh. As far as the administration knows, this is totally a legitimate treatment. Ice cream is one of the core groups of the food pyramid, you know. He actually pulls a genuine laugh out of me. Thanks, Ryota, and thanks for listening. Anytime. I exited Mr. Ryota's office in a considerably better mood than when I entered it. I actually don't feel tired. I feel rejuvenated. Seems like those memories have been weighing on me for a long time. Maybe therapy will be beneficial. Deciding to take his prescription to heart, I head straight downtown to the shopping area. With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather. Beautiful cloudless skies, a slightly hint of cool breeze. You! A girl careens from around the corner and nearly crashes right into me. Her glasses flash dangerously as she chips her newsboy cap over her forehead, studying me with an intensity that could rival an electric microscope. Me? That's all I can manage to say at this eccentric sight. Yes, you, an idyllic, unlettered civilian. Perfect. A hint of a satisfied smile turns at her lips. For what must be the 100th time today, I feel a keen sense of impending doom. Respond to my question either yes or no. Do not deviate, do not invent, and for the sake of both of our sanities, do not dawdle. First, am I correct in assuming you're an academy student? You must have the wrong person. I've never seen you before. How can you judge the purpose behind this encounter without knowing the criteria I've set in my approach? If I'm not mistaken, you are my target. It does take a genius to see this girl means trouble. I decide to conveniently ignore her and step around her. She only steps with me, blocking my path. Again. Oh, great. I can sense where this is going. As I envisage, a subject demonstrates a remarkable inability to utilize basic cognitive functions. Talk about uncalled for, abusive words, overly complicated language. She clearly has a few screws loose. Maybe I could call the hospital to see if they have a runaway mental patient. But she's not wearing hospital clothes. Look, kid, I don't know what your problem is, but... Kid? The pleasant, cool air suddenly developed a rather harsh chill. She must be one of those phases, just another 14-year-old expected to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother. Albeit a 14-year-old who apparently memorized the dictionary. Well, whatever you are, generally speaking, it's pretty rude to just run up to some random stranger and insult them. Surely, your idiocy has risen to a level beyond what I had previously surmised. She really digs her pocket and flashes something in front of my face. Sugar Emoto, freelance detective. legally certified to inspect crime scenes, obtain private files, and, if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens with the observational finesse of a blind fact. And you shall note that I am 26 years of age. Wait, what? You're 26? Unless you presume to imply that you're deaf as well as dumb, I suggest. But you're so short. I really feel ice crystals forming in the air. Well, I should strongly prefer to be short with stature than short as cerebral matter. That seems to be your tendency. Ouch. Not a bad blow. But wait, if you're a freelance detective, does that mean that this is an interrogation and I'm a suspect? If I have to go to the police station, do I get excused absences from class? I see no need to reverse your expectation that you'll be taking the unexcused absences as they are. Consider an inevitable similar to your clinical depression. That stops me. What? How could she possibly? What would even make her think something like that? You might as well carry a sign. From your uniform, you're a student at the academy. From the fact that you're wearing it, you attended school this morning. From your presence in town rather than class, you are, as I believe you call it, playing hooky. From the prescription slip, you are enrolled in a recently developed therapy method from the academy that the academy has been boasting. From your fairly normal physicality and social skills, your problem most likely is clinical depression or something like high-functioning autism. From, okay, I get it, you're a detective. And you're impressed, but pretending not to be. It is pretty impressive. Observations themselves might seem like a common sense, but a person who can actually synthesize them is a rare find. Which, of course, kind of just makes her even more annoying. I relaxed a little, utterly relieved that she hadn't actually secretly researched me. Now it's your turn. My turn? Of course. What can you see from my physical presentation? I invite you to give your brain some much-needed exercise. That gets me closer to firing me up. Close. But, sorry, but I have service instructions to follow. Unless you have an actual business with me, I'd appreciate it if you left me alone. I step around her again. This time she doesn't move. But just as I think I'm home free, I hear a soft whisper just from behind me. Yet I wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life. Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her? I quietly stop. Turn around slowly. Tell me how you know that right now. I shall, after you prove you're mentally capable of comprehending the simplest of my explanations. Fine, she wants to play it that way. Let her play it that way. Time to focus. I'll start with her body language. She spreads her weight evenly on both feet, unlike most girls, who let it lie more on one side on their hip than the other. Even weight on both feet. Almost sounds like a fighting. She seems relaxed, but the bright eye looks of someone expecting danger around every corner. That kind of weight distribution doesn't seem to come naturally. Maybe she was in sports, or maybe even self-defense at one point. For a while, from the looks of it. I guess martial arts, but I can't say for sure. There are too many possibilities. Okay, then maybe I should be able to think about this in a different way. Her movements are very crisp and close to the body. When she's speaking, she doesn't gesture very much, even when yelling. Generally speaking, sports emphasize emoting on a huge scale, roaring in victory, bawling in defeat, the works. Not only that, but limits are trained more for gross motor skills than fine motor skills. And on the contrary, Shigure has very tight control over her hands, almost to the point where she seems stiff, which likely points to something high control, like ballet or archery, or more subtle martial art like Wing Chun. Well, that still doesn't narrow things down too much. Time to move on. I've noticed that when Shigure moves, she apparently tends to use her left hand. Her left hand is always hovering on her hip. Fuck, that's her right hand. How likely her holster would be. Maybe it could be a coincidental. She doesn't apparently use her left hand for gesturing at least. I think I'm on the wrong track. Right hand. Damn it! Her left hand is generally stagnant while her right hand often takes most action, adjusting her glasses or tapping against her hip. Probably it's safe to assume that she's right-handed. So she used to be involved in a high-control form of physical exercise. She's right-handed. Is that all I can go from her body language? Well, she doesn't wear any noticeable makeup. She dresses like a kid, and she wears glasses instead of contacts. And it's just calling more attention to her pathetic stature. Wait a minute. when I put it that way, it almost sounds like she wants to be underestimated. Even though she pretends to be indignant about being mistaken for a kid, it looks like that was her intent. Even though she's a freelance detective, she doesn't wear her badge anywhere, or carry a gun, or anything really. She probably believes that being underestimated is a valuable skill. Can't say I personally agree, but hey, she's a 26-year-old freelance detective, not me. Her clothes. Unlike the standard professional wear I might expect of a law enforcement agent, she's dressed comfortably. Probably can do that because she's a freelance detective. They also haven't been ironed in a while, which means she either doesn't care or she's a workaholic. Possibly a combination of both. Her shirt proclaims king, conscious or unconscious association to her egotism. I can't tell much, but I find it strange that she dresses so casually and expects people to take her seriously. With her height and clothes, is it any wonder that she's often mistaken for a kid? And one more thing that bothers me. She wears comfortable looking clothes, which I previously assumed were efficiency. After all, chasing down criminals on high heels is a stupid idea. And yet something stands out. Hats. Right, hats are a pain to run with, because unless you kept one hand on them at all times, they're likely to flop around, fall off, or just generally be obnoxious. And the jeans are too tight for opt flexibility. Running in those would either be very uncomfortable or very, very embarrassing. Which implies that she just dresses how she wants to? Definitely a very headstrong individual. She doesn't choose casual clothes for comfort, knowing that it can interfere with the job then, and she purposely choosing to aggravate others, to announce her individualism? They match with her choosing to be a freelance detective instead of a corporate investigator. Free-spirited, rebellious, and I suspect from how she's shamelessly pulling me aside for no reason, guided by by her heart than her head despite her intellect. Not bad. Next I think about the circumstances. Why here, why now, why me? These are all questions I need to address. A detective approached me and bombarded me with questions, but I see no other policeman. Is she doing this just because she's bored? No, she was specifically looking for an academy student for some reason. I'm coming up short in this area. I'll have to think about this later. I take a step back and look at the full picture. No, this isn't it. Not quite. It's good information, but it's basic. Nothing stands out. I can't actually use any of this. Time to think a little deeper. Is there anything that can help me? Anything at all? Something I've missed? Inomoto speaking. Yes. If you can't resolve such an appalling simple task on your own means, I shall consider your intellect no different than that of the headless chicken. Good day. Now you may want to hasten your effort before the ground on which we stand on becomes our gravestones. Yeah, I'm on it. I say this distractedly finally because I noticed she has a flip phone. Ancient technology by today's standards. Buttons, 2-inch screen, primitive camera, the works. Not just that, but it's a terrible looking flip phone. The kind of decor that you see on prepubescent phones. Rings, rhinestones, heart stickers, even the random scrawl from a Sharpie that was too faded into the metal for me to read. It's completely unlike her, which means that it's a wealth of information. While on call, and she so graciously turned the phone in my direction, allowing me to catch a glimpse of her wallpaper. Shock. It was a picture of at least a few years old of a guy hugging her. Double shock. She was proudly showing off a ring. Not a cheap, cutesy colored ring like a couple of fans of new relationship in its second week. A legitimate diamond ring. An engagement ring. But she's not wearing the ring anymore. Even looking at her hand at this moment, I can't even tell if she ever worn one. Which means that she once had a fiance, and he broke up with her, and he did it a long time ago. Ah, of course. If the engagement had ended recently, I see a tan around her finger, or maybe an indent. I said there's nothing, which means that the fiance called off the engagement a while ago. She obviously didn't call it off, actually kept that picture on her phone. In fact, maybe they broke it off amicably if she hadn't deleted it yet. Either that or she's a stalker. Alright, that's much more like it. I think I'm ready. I square my shoulders and look her in the eye. Sorry about the wedding. Hello? What wedding? Is she serious? I actually possibly word this delicately. Yours. The one your fiance called us a few years ago. Did he? Didn't he? Unless she does have a wedding ring and just doesn't wear it. Is it in your pocket or something? You might seek and articulate yourself better. Is what in my pocket? Your wedding ring. Why would I have a wedding ring in my pocket? Your fiancé didn't call off the wedding then. Wait. No. There's one more possibility. Since she's the law enforcement, it wouldn't be unlikely. You only shut up at the realization dawns on me. I see you've realized. Yes, he never called off the wedding. Because he died. I suddenly feel very, very callous. I'm sorry. Silence, say nothing like you... Say nothing that you do not mean. Unless you are manipulating others to extract information, as that is an occupational hazard. Right. Even as she continues on, I mentally hit myself for my error. I shall admit, civilian, you have done adequately. Train your senses consistently, and you might become moderately useful in the future. Thanks, really, I'm overwhelmed. So I ask you this. What is the meaning when a freelance detective approaches a student asking a string of seemingly unrelated questions to him? You're testing my intelligence for some reason. Or you're actually a marketing intern trying to conduct some bizarre survey. I wouldn't know. Shiguri fixes me with an unfathomable stare. The only sign of emotion on her face are her eyebrows, which are almost raised to her hairline. What is your name? Sorry? Your name. This has nothing to do with the case. If I protest, she'll probably smack me with more verbal abuse. Yama Ishimoto. What is she thinking of? Her derision is preferable to her silence. I postulate that you possess an anonymity of free time. What is your assessment regarding a coadjacent mature? Coadjacent. Who even uses those kind of words? Are you asking me to be your assistant? Servant, not assistant. Putting me and job in the same sentence is never a good idea. I barely have enough diligence to hand out stuff in class when I'm called by the teacher. How much worse would my punishment be if I worked with a woman this crazy? Not detention, I assume. And yet, examining pieces of a puzzle, putting them together, framing the whole story, it was fun. Logic, ingenuity, resourcefulness, and almost nothing is fun to me, which makes it doubly interesting. Sure, why not? Good. I'll require your contact information, then be off. I take a moment to process this. That's it? Wait, how did you know? Know what? You told me earlier, about her. A tense moment ticks by as Shiguri stares evenly at me. Pure conjecture. You can't be serious. You didn't appear to notice that my wording was intentionally vague. What? But you said... Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsistent pawn in this game of life? Oh, you restrict yourself to the confines of your own abilities just because of her. Oh, classic bait for confirmation bias. Appeal to a person's general desire for significance, allude to just one person for some added resonance. All she would have to guess is the gender. 50-50 chance of striking a chord in her victim. She probably guessed a girl from my personality. I'm not exactly type to easily befriend guys. A bait. Just a bait. And so you understand. She pushes her phone into my motionless hand. I've registered my cell phone number. Tomorrow you will receive a text regarding your next assignment. Keep your evenings free. With that, she simply tips her hat, rolls around, and strides off. A bait? Was it really just a bait? Or is that also a bait? A lie to make me feel better, even though she actually knows? Too many mind games. Clearly I'm not cut out for this. Wait, what did I just accept? Was she serious? Am I actually her errand boy? What did I just get myself into? Do you seriously follow me home? Huh? Why would we do that? We already know where you live, man. Oh hey, I know these voices. Thankfully it's not Shiguri at the door. Masato and Yahiko, who are currently the proud bearers of 2 giant plastic bags stamped the GFC logo. Huh, I wasn't expecting them. Although, technically speaking, it was polite of them to knock even though they know my key code. Sup, man? Delivery has arrived. I didn't order anything. Yahiko points at my phone. I wouldn't want to go to the moon without AC. It's summer hot in the moon. Oh, they also said I couldn't breathe. That's okay though, I can hold my breath up super long. We're coming to your place. What a dumbass. Technically, I should apologize for being so responsive, but all I can feel is incredulity. 33 messages? Yahiko only shrugs. You weren't responding. What's a thoughtful, selfless person to do? Not invade my house without warning, probably? I gave you plenty of warning. It doesn't count if I don't see it. You're blind? Classic Yahiko. Might as well have some fun. What, you didn't know? You mean all this time you've been running blind? Well, not exactly. I have an antenna growing out of my feet so I can tell where I'm going. Whoa, is your mom a spider or something? Spiders don't have antenna growing out of their feet. She has a mutant gene. Is your whole family like that? Yeah, y'all aliens? They really need to work on their gullibility. No, I had a sister. Had? She flew away. She had a bird gene? This conversation is rapidly staring into the deep end. I decided to change the topic. Are you guys gonna come in or are you gonna stand there? We're coming in. You can't eat chicken alone. That should have sounded cheesy. I can't stop myself from grinning as they march to the house, slip off the shoes, and throw themselves on the sofa. Oh, that's me! I finally see my character! Masato pulls several large containers out of the GFC bags and caps them. The heavenly aroma of fried chicken drifts through my apartment. Yeah, the jug of the blonde brunette and the redhead? Let's see. We got ourselves classic drumsticks, some spicy wings, and potatoes and corn for sides. He raises an eyebrow at me. I'm permanently shaking my head. No more contests. I reach further into the bag and threateningly shake a packet of hot sauce. Surprisingly, Masato's face pales. Okay. He begins to gingerly bite into his chicken, as if it'll explode at any moment. Yahiko reaches for the original drumstick, looking strangely thoughtful. It feels unsettling, like why Yahiko is a dangerous Yahiko. So, career day. Yahiko's eyes turn to me and he smiles easily. Masato looks up from his chicken. Did you get info on modeling? I don't make it a habit to get details on Yahiko's activities, but I shouldn't be poor company either, or they might leave. Surprisingly, Yahiko only stares blankly at me. Modeling? Is he really dumb enough to forget his own dream? Modeling. Oh, that modeling! Oh yeah, I went and talked to that company, Cloud One? What was it called? You mean Lotus? Yeah, Lotus. Lotus is a type of flower, not a type of cloud. They said they'll keep in contact. They did? Well, of course. As if anyone could reject this perfect body. I wanted to gag, but honestly, it's not like Yahiko's overweight, nor is he densely skinny. He actually takes pretty good care of himself. He might actually be an honest to goodness model. He presses shutter and quickly switches to Masato. What did you do? Masato sat a bit straighter, his eyes blazing with passion. Looking to study in America. You what? What? They had a booth for it? They had a booth for it. Princeton, Yale, Harvard, all the big ones. An Ivy League? Not only does Masato want to study in America, he wants to attend an Ivy League? Well, honestly, I suppose it's not that unattainable. Despite all outer appearances, Masato actually has the highest grades in our year, save for Elizabeth. He studies like crazy, runs like crazy, and also disciplines in a health regime, besides his diet. He just does everything with gusto. In fact, sometimes I wonder why we're still friends. Usually people who try overly hard annoy me, like Elizabeth. But Masato, maybe it's because he's clueless 99% of the time, but I can't find it in me to be annoyed at him. So an Ivy League? Ain't that right? I'm gonna smoke everyone else. I thought you were going for the Olympics or something. Hell nah, ain't my thing. It does make me curious. Why would he be so passionate about track if he wasn't planning on pursuing it as a career? I guess it'll definitely help him get into an Ivy League. Huh? Yahiko's peering Emma to my GFC bucket, which are suddenly empty. It's all gone. Except one. Slowly, dramatically, he reaches the bucket and raises a single chicken leg into the air. Oh, thanks, man. He sticks out his hand expectantly. Masato only shakes his head a dangerous gleam in his eyes. You gotta fight to win in life, man. He reverently hoists the chicken leg upward, like a certain baboon did to a certain lion cub in a certain copyrighted movie. Very subtle. We gotta play a game for it. How about a little something from my childhood? Yahiko's face twitches in trepidation. I don't know, dude. You pansying out on me? Of course not. Good, here's how it's gonna work. The game is called Survivor's Arena. Rules? There ain't rules. Except don't kill no one, unless you want to go to jail. At times like these, I really want to wonder, just what was Misato's childhood like? The goal is this here piece of chicken. We gotta fight fair, so we gotta stand equidistant from the chicken. It's still strange to hear him say things like equidistant, even if he is technically a model student. Me here, you there, Yama here. Wait, what? Whoa, leave me out of this. I'm fine without the chicken. It ain't no destination, man. It's about the journey. That actually kind of makes sense. Regardless, I'm not so crazy about fried chicken that I'll fight over it. I'll pass. You're ditching me? Yeah, ain't no competition without the proper enemy. You have Yahiko. I can't race against Masato alone. And he ain't been my arch rival for 8 reincarnations. Hey, what? Do I even want to know? Let it exaggerate its sigh and pull myself up. Fine, why not? Awesome, you ready? Masato tenderly places the chicken leg inside the bucket. His actions seem more appropriate for placing an innocent child into its crib, and not the meat of an animal we're about to fight over like starving cavemen. He then measures the proper distance so that he's also equidistant from the chicken. Masato is nothing if not fair about his contests. Once all these procedures are properly taken care of, he bends his knee, leans close to the ground as if the chicken leg had transformed into a golden trophy. 3, 2, 1, start! The room explodes with the action as he soars towards the chicken, hand outreached. Yahiko shoves him aside. They tumble to the ground, rolling over and over like a pair of tumbleweeds. Well, that was easy. I race towards the chicken, but Masato grabs my ankle. Get back here! I crash towards the ground, barely catching myself before my chin slams against the tile floor. Couldn't we have played different childhood games like hopscotch? Hopscotch for babies. Taking advantage of Masato's distraction, Yahiko skirms out from his grasp and drops and his claws his way to the chicken. Before I realize what I'm doing, my hand shoots out and I grip him around his waist. Masato sees his opportunity and releases me, dodging towards the chicken. My uncanny synchronization, Yahiko and I leap to our feet and tackle him to the ground. His hand lurches to catch himself, but our combined weight is too much. His face crashes against the tile with a sickening crunch. Uh-oh. I get off and kick Yahiko in the side. He rolls off Masato. You okay, dude? Masato managed to pull himself up, then trail blood trickling from his nose. Ugh. He lynches toward me. Yama. You can't be dying. He's Masato. It'd have to take way more than a simple fall on the kitchen floor to get rid of him. But then again, it's a common method to death in books. One high-impact blow to the nose, and it's lights out forever. Could it be true? Come closer. Masato squirms across the floor, drips blood and smearing it on his shirt. What is it? Ha! Got the chicken. What? He triumphantly races the offending piece of poultry in the air, waggling in front of my face. All this chicken in the book. Bait and switch. Then he clamps a hand to his nose as a queasy look coming across his face. Ugh. But another feeling good. Yahiko silently hands him a fistful of napkins, which Masato gratefully accepts. We should probably get back to the dorms. Oh yeah, dorm is thousands real myth. He staggers to his feet, Yahiko's hands gripping his arm to help him balance. What alternate universe is this? Masato and Jordan leaning against Yahiko, who seems legitimately concerned. I watch my mouth slightly agape as Yahiko supports the limping Masato out of the door. Did he twist his ankle too? See you tomorrow, dude! He gives a cheery wave and shuts the door behind him. I'm left cleaning up the mess they left behind. Masato didn't end up taking his prize, so I decided to chew on the chicken leg. Nothing like fats and carcinogens to get me through the night. When the leg is all but gnawed through, I toss it in the bucket and kick my feet on the edge of the sofa, closing my eyes. The apartment falls into a peaceful silence. I enjoy it, really I do. The empty space, the room for my thoughts, the gentle weight of my own presence, and nothing more. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't appreciate their company. Masato might consistently be dragging me into competitions, and Yahiko might consistently be telling me things I couldn't care less about, but they're good guys. They spice life up, make it fun, turn it from a B chick flick to an A-rated film. More than that, anything. They're consistent. I've technically only known them for 1 or 2 years, but it felt much longer than that. They've always been around to chill out, study, live it up, anything really. Even Masato with his terrifying, crazy schedule. They're good people, even a little odd. Okay, now I really have to get something done. Something at least minorly productive. Let's study. I got a couple hours till I need to head to bed. Might as well get some studying done. I take a few textbooks out of my backpack for a lazy skim as I lie on my couch. World history was sort of interesting in a morose way. If I had to sum it up in one sentence, it might be humans suck. You just can't get along. War, slavery, prejudice, torture, subjugation. Really, it's a miracle that we have any good in us at all. I consider most history tests to be fairly straightforward. Someone did something stupid. Someone died for it. Someone got angry because of that. Someone did something stupid. Rinse and repeat, cycle after cycle. What was I doing? Oh right, I was supposed to be studying. I can't bring myself to care enough to keep reading. I decided just to get ready for bed. Damn it, might as well sleep early. Good night, world. It'll be time for another long day. I'm going to save. And I hope you all enjoyed this so far. This is pretty interesting. Especially like the Lion King reference. Copyrighted. Not own it. Don't own it. Don't own it. Never will. Never have. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.